Oh, you streaming?
Yeah, like right now.
Oh,
Do you want? Do you
oh, yeah,
want to?
no, I have the Facebook link, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Post the link.
FOREX is now live. Yep, nice one. So I'll just open that up and add the old
Right,
link.
we are live. Just play an ad. You can just play an ad.
No, I have the Facebook.
That's Raj.
Can they hear me?
What?
Oh my god, that's such a mad delay.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I
10.
can hear myself talking. It's
So,
literally like 10 seconds.
yeah, I know.
Alright, okay, let me just do a post then real quick. Garlic Society. Right, post. Hey guys, we're doing a live stream of some technical analysis.
Do you have the? Do you have the URL?
Feel free to, what should I say, join?
Yeah. Do you have the URL? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I do, yeah.
Oh, we've
Feel
got
free to, is
dislike.
that
We've
too
got
rogue?
dislike.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna like it.
Do we actually have a dislike?
Yeah. What kind of rogue geezer does that?
Instant dislike.
Bruh. It's
Hey guys, we're doing
clearly.
some live streams for technical, feel free to join. Post. Yeah, I
Alright.
posted it.
Okay.
Can everyone hear us? Yeah. Whoever's. Is anyone even here?
Yeah. If you're here, say hi. So, because we wanna have a few people before we start.
I need to find. I need to log in as well so I can see the chat.
Yep.
Um.
Chat.
Right, my channel. How do I look at the live stream right now? Like on YouTube from logged in from ours. Women Video Manager.
No, it's on live stream.
Live streaming.
Should be there.
Live stream checklist. Oh, here we go. Nice. So this is the chat, yeah?
Can you see that live chat thing?
Wagwan. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Nice.
Right, cool. So I'll watch it on Skype here. Alright, nice. I think a little setup thing.
Can do that little rogue thing right there.
Yeah, it's... Huh. Huh, it's even... better than thinking. Easy, easy, easy.
Just try to
Did
load
I,
up.
did I post on Facebook? Let me just check. I literally can't remember.
What, have you posted it?
Oh yeah, I did, yeah, I have. No one's seen it yet though.
Alright, okay. We'll wait till 1 or 2 people in here.
Okay. What have we... Last time we... Like, Alex might be busy or something, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I didn't post it last time.
What do you mean?
I didn't post
No,
it.
like...
Like,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
I was planning on just
I'll
live
message
streaming
Max.
anyway.
Because Max was online, so I just...
Alright.
Oh, okay. We're live. Watching me straight up blankly.
Are you watching it
No.
right now? Karan.
My watch? Yeah, I am, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'm watching it on your Skype.
Okay, so we do
I've
have...
got it open in the background.
Alright, if anyone's watching right now, say hi, because it does say
Just
there's
comment
one
in the
there's
chat.
one viewer apparently.
Yeah. I think that is me.
What, are you watching it like this? Like how I
Because
am?
I've got it open in the background so I can see the chat. I'm watching it like on your screen.
Okay.
I'll just put out the chat. And then I'll close the live stream. So now all I have is the chat. So now it should say, if there's still one watching, then that
No,
means...
there's someone watching. There's someone pigeon.
Yeah, I'm on.
Alright. I'll give it a few moments. We need to let like some people see it, so otherwise we'll just start it.
Max has seen it. I don't know if he's here or not though.
Alright.
He's seen my message.
Seen by 2 people. George Angie has seen it. Alright, okay, don't whistle on the stream, Cron. Try them. Look
Oh, you haven't got Windows 10, have you?
No.
You haven't got Windows 10, have you?
No.
You can get quite a nice setup with like the pop-up strap.
Fair. Okay, should we start it now? Because it'll
Yeah, go on then.
there'll be playback. So, hello 0 people. What? There's actually no one watching now. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we'll just go through it anyway. Okay.
Okay.
So we're starting with Grey British Pound, Swiss franc. We're going over the trades from last week. So this is one Karan took.
Yeah.
It was a flag pattern. So with Karan's analysis, let me go over to his.
Let me go on the idea thing.
Yep. So this is Karan's idea on TradingView that I posted.
The idea on TradingView. Yeah. So you can post these. They're called ideas on TradingView. You can post certain sort of trades that you think will work out. So this is one. It's a flag which we're going to be going over sometime soon. It's essentially a trend continuation pattern. So you can see the first sort of vertical black line is the pole of the flag, and the two smaller lines represent like the actual flag part. So you can kind of see how that's a flag shape. So the green or red is the risk to reward, as you can see, and I took the trade, and it actually worked out quite nicely. We had a nice breakout.
Here's the breakout.
Fortunately, I didn't quite hit targets because I didn't realise it was a Friday, and so the market closed. And yeah, so we're working nicely towards that. And I've also moved my stop loss up to the just below the current price, in case sentiment changes over the weekend. I won't lose out too much. So
yeah, you should still have like a 1 to 2.5 or 3 maybe, which is still a big win.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's that trade.
So a 1 to 7 with £5 risk is still £35, which is still a pretty good trade. So yeah.
Yep. So that's that trade. Let's look at your second trade that you took, which was also on a chef currency pair. This one was the US dollar chef.
Also a flag. This one wasn't as strong. It was a bit smaller. But you can see the flag set up there. The risk to reward wasn't as good, but it's still working out nicely. Targets, in case you guys see, we take just before the 1618 Fibonacci extension, which is the golden ratio. We take the extension from the low of the impulse to the high of the impulse, so essentially the length of that flagpole there. And that, again, the market closed, and I couldn't quite hit targets, but I've done the same thing with this trade, moved my stops up, so it should hopefully be decent result.
Yep. So that was them two winning trades at the moment, with no risk actually, because you've moved your stops. So
yeah, exactly.
So they're the risk-free trades at the moment. So the 2 winning trades. Now you did have a losing trade, which was on the pound yen. This is an advanced pattern which we haven't quite covered yet, but we'll be learning about them.
This is what it looks like.
Yep. So.
And I think I had my analysis on this pair was a little bit lazy. If you can see the large orange bar going across, that was a weekly, I think, support or resistance level. I can't remember, a weekly level that I drawn.
Support at the moment.
Yeah. So it was a weekly level I'd drawn, and what I should have realised is my targets are actually in this level, which isn't exactly ideal, because we know that's a strong level for the price to resist and reject.
This what happened?
It pretty much blasted through my stop.
So basically what happened is, if we zoom in, it did come out, clip as entry, but then it returned to the weekly, which acted as support. Obviously it's quite a strong level of support, which gave it the momentum to break through.
Yep.
So that's basically why you don't want to take targets at a support resist or beyond a support and resistance line.
Yep.
So that's
a couple.
yeah. So that's them.
If you go onto TradingView, both me and Vian have accounts on TradingView, and you can actually see and follow our ideas.
Yeah, Kron's is Kron's Garg. He's actually a top author, daily top author. Mine's WSTIP 18.
Yep.
Yeah, just go over, follow us. We post live analysis every day, well most days. Like here's Kron on there.
Well, you know.
Are you on the weekly? Are you not on the weekly?
No, not quite yet.
That's your next goal.
Next goal.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the trades we took.
So that's just proof that you've got to remember that not all trades are going to be winning. You are going to have trades which don't work out either due to poor analysis or the market just doesn't work in your favour. You've just got to take them and move on.
Yeah, and with that that 7-to-1 trade that Quran took, say that hit the goal, the target. Quran would have to lose 7 trades in a row to be back at break even and start losing money. And say you had just a 50% profitable strategy.
The 50% win rate.
Yeah, that'd be
about half the trades.
Yeah, you'd actually have, let me work that out real quick, less than 0.8% chance of losing 7 in a row. So in that one trade you've basically bumped your account up a lot. Say you were risking 2% as well, that would be the 14% growth in your account, just in a few hours. So it was a good trade, basically. Now we're gonna look at the technical forecast for next week. So first of all, we're gonna go over to FX Street. Look at the economic calendar. See what's incoming.
See how the news is looking.
Yep. So Monday's relatively quiet, but there's some news coming out. Yeah, here it is. US dollar ISM manufacturing PMIs. These aren't actually that high volatility if you look at the past. So if we look at the true range on the 15-minute chart on Euro US dollar, there's not too much divergence from the mean, so that it's not that high if you look at it. So, but if you're trading on a intraday time frame during this time, like make sure to look out for that.
It's one to look out for, definitely.
Yeah.
Perhaps not take a trade off it, but definitely want to be wary.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to take a news trade off it. So if I just okay, cool. Tuesday. This is relatively big. The Royal Bank of Australia. I think it's Royal. Is it Royal?
Yeah.
Reserve Bank. Reserve Bank of Australia is nice. Is doing the interest rate decision. It's probably going to be 1.5% because if you look at it, it's literally always 1.5%. But
yeah, the Australian economy is doing pretty well, so they can afford to keep their interest rates relatively high like that. So
yeah, so there'll likely be a relatively big reaction, but like nothing huge, just a typical reaction. Because it's been 1.5% for the last I don't know how many months, but yeah. Wednesday just meetings, and Japan governor. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name. Yeah, I'm not going to try that.
Haruhiko Kuroda.
So as you can see, that's actually 15 minutes into the opening of the London session. So
the volume going as well.
Yeah, so if you're trading a yen currency at that time, then make sure to be wary. But to be honest, this is going to be quite large. Trump meeting. So that's Thursday. So look out for that. I don't think there's a scheduled date at the moment or a time at the moment, but it is on Thursday. There'll be probably a time.
That's one to watch the news for to see how the meeting goes as well.
Yeah, so look out for that, especially if you're trading dollar currencies. And then we just have meeting accounts, also high volatility. Okay, yeah, this is quite large. Manufacturing production for the Great British Pound, and then obviously non-farm payrolls.
Oh, of course.
Don't trade during that time unless you have a good strategy, and then same for Canadian dollar. They have their unemployment rate and
big day.
Yeah.
Big day on Friday.
So, yeah, Friday is a quite big day. I'm expecting the markets to be quite slow until Friday. So that's about it. Okay, now let's go over to the technicals. So we're gonna start with euro dollar. Alright, let's close that out. Okay. So if it's gonna look quite messy, but I'll try to, let me delete some of these lines. Alright. Okay. So if we look at the daily time frame, just see how the market's doing. So it is in an overall downtrend since 2014. So quite a strong move here, and then it's been recently in consolidation.
Yeah.
So no new highs or lows really being formed. However, there's a potential sloping trend line here, which it is pretty close to coming in contact since this sell-off after the Great British Pound, or the pound, released their Article 50, triggered Article 50. The euro fell, obviously. So it did have a false break of the highs here and the weekly level, which would have been a inverse head and shoulders, as you can see here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I didn't actually ever take the trade, so I'm not in that, but my stops would have been below the right shoulder. But I do think in the long term euro can break out. If you look at their data, they've been showing consistent results, but also the dollar recently has been getting strong, and I think the bulls will step in for the dollar quite soon, which at the moment is driving this market down with the dollar weakness, euro weakness. So we just have to look out for that. So at the moment, it is a good opportunity to get short. If we have a look at RSI on the daily time frame, it is pointing down after this long bullish move. It's not oversold yet, so there's a lot of downside potential, at least to this sloping trend line. If we drop down to the 4-hour, still showing strong bearish potential. So it's just hopping in and out of oversold, meaning it's not coming back up, so it is very, very strong to the downside. And as you can see, like, it's been an uptrend, so it's been so there's a low here, higher high, high low, etc, and
constantly breaking structure to the upside.
Yep, and then here it's had that fake out, and then it's come in and put in a lower low. It hasn't really put in a high, but it's lower high. Because of the strength of this, it's not really even been able to put in highs. Then another lower low, higher high, or lower high, sorry, and now it's breaking down. It's broken a flag pattern on the, I think 2 hours the best way to show it. So there's a flag pattern here, which it has now broken through very strongly. I'm looking for coming into the early next week, so Monday morning, I'll be looking for a retracement, which is probably not so likely because of the strength of the downside. Yeah, but I'm putting a limit order here, a sell limit. So if we do see just a wick up, it will trigger me in. and then I'll be hoping to ride it down. I'm taking targets probably.
So it's the 1618 from
Yeah.
the impulse move.
I'm taking them a little bit earlier because there's a strong buy zone here. If I go up to the 4 hour, as you can see, this area is a pretty strong bullish area to get long for the channel here, because as you can see there's quite a strong channel up here, and it is due a retracement relatively soon. So if we have a look at Fibonacci from here to the lows, it is actually at a 382, so we have to be a little bit careful. So yeah, but hopefully this will break down to the downside, and that's pretty much all the analysis for next week, unless you have anything, Karan.
No, that's looking good. I think I just want to say that you probably usually want to take targets before. You never really want to place your entries or targets on the specific line that you take it. You always want to take it a little bit before.
Yeah.
Because just to ensure that you get filled, because you can never be 100% certain with the market. So.
Yeah, I've had plenty of trades. If I look at one in particular, which annoyed me. Well, I've had a lot of ideas.
Because you don't want to spend an hour doing analysis just to find that your entry was just missed.
Like this one here. This was a really nice setup. There was a strong sloping daily resistance. 2618 trades for those of you familiar with it. I was taking that, and okay, no, this is the wrong one.
Well, I remember I had one this week as well. I had an advanced pattern set up. I think it was a Gartley, and it just missed my entry by, I think,
here it is.
Two pips.
Here it is. Okay, so this is the same double top with at the daily resistance. It came in, I think it was a tick away or something.
Oh.
Look, if I zoom in really close, bro, is like ridiculously close to being entered, and then it did actually go down and hit both targets relatively quickly.
Yeah, that's why you always want to be wary of that.
So yeah, and I made the mistake of putting it exactly on the 618 retracement, so make sure you don't do that. Next we're looking at the pound dollar, and this looks like a really promising. Yeah, this looks like a really nice setup for this week. So if we look at the overall trend, again, it's been in a strong downtrend especially after Brexit here.
Yep.
And just the pound's been declining casually. Now we have put in these sloping trend lines, much like the euro, and we are like approaching them now.
Yep.
So and on the 4 hour, we're looking in the daily, we're looking relatively bullish. However, if we drop down to the 4 hour, we have a few entry opportunities. So there's a double top here at the weekly resistance and at the trend line. So I'm taking a 2618 trade, which would have already been filled if I take a retracement here. So I would have actually entered here, but I'm entering higher for a few reasons I'll explain in a second. We also have a Gartley advanced pattern here, which completes around here, I think. So we would also have entered that, but I'm not entering yet for another reason. And so basically the reasons I haven't entered yet is because there's a strong daily trend line, as I've shown, two of them, which I want to get my stops above. But obviously if I have my entry down here, stops up here and targets around the same place, I'll have an inverted risk-reward ratio, which I definitely don't want.
Not fair, yeah. We don't really take trades below a 1-to-1 risk-reward.
Yeah.
It's just not worth.
Yeah, so the first targets I'm actually taking at a typical Gartley 382 retracement, which gives me just over 1-to-1, and then the second targets I'm taking a double top for initial targets. So there's a little bit rogue. But
It just goes to show with different sort of strategies you can learn, you can put them together with sort of general analysis of structure and everything to
yeah,
maximize your profit versus your risk in certain opportunities.
yeah. Also, the reason I'm not so keen on entering just yet is the momentum is quite strong
Strong,
upwards.
yeah.
So I know there's a little bit more potential for it to move upwards, and also some Elliott wave theory suggests that it will travel a little bit higher, probably around here before dropping. So you also want to use other ideas and confluence of your own to add like more certainty onto your trades. But
Yep.
this does look like a decent setup, especially for pound weakness and dollar bulls for next week. Anything else, Karam?
No, I think that's good. I think just the one thing to look out for is obviously the dollar news that's going to be coming out next week.
Yeah, so you don't really want to be holding this if it
Yeah.
hasn't entered by non-farm payrolls. So if it just comes around
I
here,
mean, it's on the 1 hour, so it should be okay. But had
Yeah.
it been on perhaps the 4 hour, then maybe something to look out for.
yeah. Last time frame, or for the last pair, sorry, is the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So this one's a really interesting one actually, because it is at really strong resistance. If I go over to the monthly,
Ooh.
if I extend this is at monthly resistance, and it's actually put in a monthly pin bar. So it looks pretty strong for the downside at the moment. It has been ranging, and it's right at the top of the range. So this is likely to drop quite hard. If I go down to the daily, it has now put in a head and shoulders pattern. So if I illustrate it here, this is the left shoulder,
Yeah.
head, right shoulder.
Got that. Nice.
It's broken the neckline. So this
Good
looks,
sell opportunity.
yeah, it's a good sell opportunity to get in at the moment right now. And also, if you have a look at the RSI, it has turned to the downside. So this is looking really promising.
Yeah.
Now, if I go down to the 4 hour, not much to say here. It's the same as the daily head and shoulders pattern. There was a few sell opportunities inside this green zone which I illustrated previously in the week, with a nice pin bar and shooting star formation here, which could have been taken. However, I didn't personally take it because I don't trade the setup, but that could have been taken. Now if we drop down to the 1 hour, this is how I'm going to enter this. So I trade flag breakouts. So I want a break below the 200 EMA for the short side, a pullback, and then another break below, which is exactly what we got here.
Yep.
Now there is a flag forming at the moment, so if there is a break below this level, I'm expecting one more retracement before the continuation, but I want to sell the break below here basically.
It should be a nice risk reward as well. It's a fairly long.
Yeah, so if we have a look at the potential risk reward, it's top of the move, bottom of the move, up. So it'll be a short position. Say it breaks out right now, I get in about there. My stops go, so they'll go around here, and just before, so it's just under 1 to 3.
So that's a fairly good risk reward.
Yeah.
Flags like the ones we showed earlier, 6 or 7, when they do come up, they are quite rare.
Yeah.
This is generally a good flag. What we're looking at here.
Yeah. And the only reason my stops are high is because of this high high candle as put in. Normally they'd be around here, which would give me even better.
Yeah.
But just to be safe, because it is such a big trade, 2.9, and however you could take extended targets, because as it's the head and shoulders pattern, if you're taking, say, a typical, you could actually take it down all the way to the ones, basically the one level, which is obviously quite a big psychological level. And
Is that not a weekly level you're going through though?
yeah, you could, but if you're
You should be
with
mindful of that.
with head and shoulders patterns, you still take them through weekly levels.
Fair enough.
Because this would be a strong reversal from, if we look at the monthly or the weekly, it's right at the top of the range.
True. Yeah. So, lots of bearish momentum.
Yeah, exactly. So that could be like a 1 to 10 or something if you do take extended targets, but I'd move my stop to break even.
Yep.
Once you hit the first targets, if you do anyway. But that's basically it for this pair as well. Yeah.
So that's nice, yeah. Good.
Nice no one watching. Nice.
We're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, it's cool.
How long have we been going?
31 minutes. So it's
That's not too bad.
yeah, that's good. That's good. I rate that. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Why the sound of Ed Sheeran helps self-rise?
What?
Classic. Headlines.
Oh, okay.
News.
Oh,
On your
and
right.
also just to add, since this is an Australian dollar and Canadian dollar currency pair, you want to watch out for the Australian dollar interest rate, because that will definitely shake this market up a bit.
That'll be a big
So
move, yeah.
that could fuel it, or it could buzz it up. And also the Canadian dollar unemployment rate is on Friday, so be
Yeah.
careful for them two events. But it should, I think, was the Australian one on Thursday?
I think maybe on Wednesday actually. It was Thursday or Wednesday.
I think it was a Thursday. Hold on, let me have a look. It's not Thursday. It's not
Tuesday?
Tuesday. Okay, so yeah.
Tuesday, wow.
So it's pretty soon. So
Yeah.
it probably won't hit targets by then. So you'll probably, if you do take this trade, you'll probably still be in the trade by the time the interest rate decision comes out.
Yeah.
Unless we do see another massive, strong down move like this one here.
It'll be one to watch, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and
Thanks, guys.
see you next week for next week's analysis.
Yep.